Let's chat some more about Kim K wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress. This is a comment that I've been getting more and more, so I wanted to talk about it. A lot of people are commenting that the dress was at a Ripley's as if that means that we shouldn't care about it or preserve the dress. But I wanted to point out that when the dress is at Ripley's, and you can see it here in my video, which is pinned and also in my playlist of Marilyn Monroe, it's in its own exhibit. It's in a bulletproof case that is temperature controlled. And when it travels, it goes by a private jet and it has a team of people that go with it. So y'all can stop acting like it was on a plastic hanger next to the gift shop register. In addition to that though, I think that this comment brings up an important conversation. This type of comment places a value judgment on what museum and what items are important, and it enforces patriarchal norms. So I wanted to talk about how. What's deemed important by a patriarchal society is going to be sexist, racist, classist, and elitist. And prestigious museums are a part of that structure of gatekeeping history, which I have no respect for. Things that are deemed high art or of historic importance take money and education to access and be able to participate in. Add to that the fact that many museums have a dark colonialist history when it comes to how they got their collections or their funding. Take, for example, the British Museum, whose founder got most of their funding from a slave plantation. In colonialism, people going all around the world to pillage it and take it over is how many of those items got into the museum in the first place. So while I love visiting museums because, as you can tell by my screen name, I love old things, I don't place a value judgment on what things are important based upon what museum it's in. One last point, not about museums, but about Marilyn herself. Loving Marilyn and her movies is considered by many to be a lowbrow pastime. Even though she was one of the greatest artists of our time, she was constantly being devalued and still is. She actually came across journal entries from her husband, Arthur Miller, who was considered to be a highbrow writer, and he was trash-talking her intelligence, and he was saying that he was embarrassed by her around his intellectual friends. Even her talent was described as natural, something she didn't do, but something that just came out of her, as if she were too dumb to craft it herself. And yet, her spirit still reaches people to this day, so much so that when Kim wore the dress that Marilyn conceptualized, yes, she came up with it, it caused an uproar. So to those who think that Marilyn's dress is not valuable because it's at a Ripley's, I invite you to broaden your horizons and think about what could be valuable to you because you just like it and not because other people deem that it should be valuable.